Which of the following is the equation of the line tangent to the graph f of x at the point where the slope derivative is -3? So first we look at these four graphs of tangent lines and think which ones don't have a slope of -3. And we can get rid of this one. Because we know right there the slope is 3. Because we know on a line the front number is the slope. Next is we have to see which of these three graphs actually are on this function. Now when you graph the function, it's going to look like this. Alright, it's going to be crossing at 0, and it's going to cross at 3, and then it's going to come and kind of bounce off there, come down, and back up. Alright, and you're going to graph all three of these, and one of them will be on the line and will look like a tangent line, like that. So we're looking for one that looks kind of like that. So how do I write that in words? First thing is graph f of x to start with. That's our first step. Okay, after we graph f of x, then we graph all lines with a slope of -3. All right, and then lastly, which graph is on f of x? So, which is the answer? If you do this, you will come to conclusion that C will be the answer for this problem. Line L is tangent to the graph y equals ln x. At the point k, ln k, for what value of k does the line L pass through the origin? Now that might be a little confusing. Some key words here are origin. You have a tangent line. All right, we're going to be using this equation. All right, so let's think about this. If we were to draw a graph of what's happening here, okay, we have ln x. ln x, if you graph it on your graphing calculator, looks something like this. All right, and we want a tangent line that goes through the origin. The origin here is 0, 0. All right, so we want a tangent line. A tangent line would be, that goes to that, would probably be something like that. So it hits right there, and that tangent line goes to the origin. So what's going to help us solve it is we need to find that coordinate. All right, if you think about that coordinate, what is that coordinate? Well, that coordinate's over how far? We're going to call it k, because isn't it k ln k? So that coordinate, we know is over k, which we can actually call it k ln k. Why ln k? Because that's how high it is. All right, so that's the two coordinates. So the slope of this right here, what would be the slope of this? It would be ln k minus 0 over k minus 0. Again, because we took this coordinate and this coordinate, we're finding a slope. That would be the slope of the line through those two dots. All right, so that would be the slope. Now, if we, can the zeros disappear here? So don't we really have that this is m equals ln k over k? So trying to find a k value, that would make this happen. Now, if we think about an equation, wouldn't the equation of the line be ln mx, plus b? Well, if it's going through the origin, isn't b going to be 0? And won't m be this? Isn't this your m? So don't we have y equals ln k over k x? So we're looking for an equation with this slope. And then we would know that we have the tangent line that goes through the origin. So how do we figure this out now? Well, we put in these k's in one by one and see which one, when you plug it in here, will be the graph that goes through this. So if we try it one by one, watch what happens. You have y equals ln k, which is, let's say the first one is 0.61 over 0.61 x. So if we graph this, is that graph look exactly like this? Will it be on here, and will it go through the origin? And we repeat that one by one. Replace your k values until you find the one that looks like this picture right here. So let me repeat that and write it out for you. First step is to graph y equals ln x. All right. Your next step was to think about making your slope. M equals ln k minus 0 over k minus 0. That was your second step. So we start with graphing it, then we find the slope of the line. Then we have to know that a tangent line is y equals ln k over k, because again that drops out. Oh, don't forget the x. And then once we got this equation, we have to one by one plug in k and graph each one until it goes through this line. So we last step would be plug in each k value till you get a tangent line through the origin. All right, that is your goal. This is kind of a tricky question, so hang in there. Oh, and by the way, what do we get as an answer? If you do this, you will get C right here. C will be right here and go through the origin using this equation and that equation.